Chapter 6 discusses the Great Depression and the policies that came about because of it. Unemployment rose to 25%, which led to a decline in demand, which then led to more workers being laid off, and then the cycle continued. Franklin D. Roosevelt won the election of 1932, promising a New Deal to fix the Great Depression. He believed in using a trial-and-error method until something worked. He believed in moving from cash assistance into creating more work programs to build up the economy. There were multiple victories of the New Deal, one being the Social Security Act. It was funded through payroll taxes and included 2 insurance programs, one that was unemployment insurance and a second for old persons. A second victory was the National Labor Relations Board. It mediated conflicts between employers and their employees. It promoted the growth of unions and protected their right for striking. Another success of the New Deal was the Works Progress Administration. It put 7.8 million people back to work and completed a remarkable array of projects. The WPA also played a major role in disaster relief work. Within the WPA was the National Youth Administration. It created financial aid for poor college students and jobs for the poor youth. It became clear that there was oppression in the New Deal against women, Latinos, African Americans, and Asian Americans. With the New Deal, employment was given to men over women by priority. Also, they were making lower wages for equal work. Latinos were not covered by the labor laws within the New Deal and were often mistreated. They were also deported if they sought any welfare aid. Racial animosity from the public and law enforcement was very prominent during this time. During the Great Depression, African Americans were the first to be laid off from their jobs. Whites feared that they would then take the jobs that were left from them. During Roosevelt's presidency, Asian Americans were denied citizenship and access to relief programs. They were often prevented from working most occupations available. During World War II, Japanese Americans were forced into internment camps. During 1937 to 1941, there began a political stalemate. During this time, the economy was still suffering and the size of the government was worrying citizens. There was a fear that Roosevelt was trying to obtain too much power in the government. How does any of this relate to social work, you ask? Well, let me answer that. Prior to the Great Depression and World War II, most social workers were employed in private agencies, but the New Deal opened up thousands of new jobs for social workers. Social work positions grew from 40,000 in 1930 to over 70,000 in 1940.